Hello everyone, welcome back to another Sunday video. In this video, I'm going to share with you two different ways two different analyses you can do when it comes to new chain launches on Flipside. So whenever a new chain launch or integrated with Flipside, you typically see, chain overview metrics, right? TPS, number of users, so on and so forth. And now, while that is good to a certain extent, you might not stand out as an analyst, right? And if you're trying to make it in that new chain, adding your own perspective and being unique is definitely helps. And so I'm going to share with you two different approaches you can take, which I don't see a lot of people doing. So the first is that you should definitely talk about what are the unique things about the chain. So for example, we recently launched Boba, right? It's an L2, so you can check out, you can read about how gas fees work on Boba, right? And how does that differ from other L2s, or maybe differ from Ethereum. Monet testnet launched recently as well, so definitely another thing you can look into. How does the sequencing work, right? In both Boba and Ronin, all the information that's available in fact blocks, fact transactions, there may be some nuances that you can pick up and use those in the analysis. So that's the first angle that I would suggest. The second angle, which I think it's easier to dive into, especially for chains like Boba, where we have the decoder event logs table. So the second suggestion is indeed to use the decoder event logs table, and I'm going to show you what that looks like here. So I'm doing a quick select star from, and essentially this table takes event logs which are emitted, and because we have the ABI for popular contracts, we are able to decode the event logs, and so that's why this table is called decoder event logs. And I think the few columns that are important here to look at is number one, the event name column, and number two, the decoder log column. So event name will be the actual name of the event log, and the decoder log will be the log that has been decoded, right? So pretty straightforward stuff. And what we're looking for here is a way to find new protocols to analyze. Right, let's say we are new to Boba and we're not sure what protocols exist in Boba. And so this would be one of the ways you can find out. So what I typically do is, first I would add a timestamp filter. So let's say I'm only looking at data from this year. And here's the important thing, I'm going to create an exclusion list because I already know what transfer and approval events are, and so I don't want to look at those events. So event name not in transfer, and then not in approval. Maybe you can keep deposit, but I'm going to remove deposit here, and just run this query, and essentially this query would look at all the other events that are not transfer, approval, and deposit. So let's see what we have. And right off the bat, we see very interesting event names, right? We see swap, we see some sort of Oracle update, right? Protocol funding, shared, accrued, right? All these are different protocols that you can look into further, right? So essentially, this tells you what other protocols exist out there in this chain. And the way you can, I guess, dive deeper is you just have to copy the transaction hash. Let's see. So okay, this is I have too many columns here, but the second one, I'm interested in the Oracle update, and maybe let's see what this is. So this is the fall from behind on the end. So this is my Oracle, and then the fall from below is this. this is my, is it funding? Yeah, protocol funding shared accrued, right? So let's see what are these transactions. So the first one would be the Oracle, and okay, so it looks like it's a transaction with a bunch of token addresses against USD. So essentially it's the price of these contracts, the price of ETH against USD, USDC price, right? DAI, BOBA, BTC, right? So there is some sort of contract address that updates the Oracle for these prices at an X interval, and so this could be something interesting to look at. So if we go to contract, we see that the name is called Dia Oracle. So maybe this is like a Oracle protocol that exists on BOBA that constantly updates prices for a few key tokens. So that's interesting. Let's look at the other one, which is protocol share funding. Yeah, accrue funding, value long, value short, borrow index new. Okay, so it looks like it's a lending platform, maybe. Position open. Okay, interesting. Not sure, but this gives you an opportunity to explore what this protocol is about. Let's see if there's a name. It just says triggers V1. Trading floor V1? No, this is the type. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure what this is, but definitely you can do more research into what this is, right? Just look at the name, or like look more transactions hashes to give you more insights into what this is. But just based off of the Oracle example, you can already create your own query. So instead of saying event name not in, I'm just going to do event in, or this event is Oracle update. Simple as that. And I guess what is important for me is the decoded log, transaction hash, and maybe the no timestamp. And it's going to run this to show you guys what it looks like. So it looks like this, right? We have a bunch of stuff here. I forgot the contract. Oh. What's the contract? Okay, it's this one. We're still good. Is it? Yeah, okay, cool. And contract address equals to so important thing when using the decoded event logs table, always filter for event name and also contract address. Okay, this looks good. So now we have the decoded log table, and we can extract all this information out, right? We can say something like decoded log decoded log key as, let's say, Oracle name, and then decoded log timestamp as timestamp, or Oracle timestamp, and then decoded log value as Oracle value. Now let that run, but there's a couple of things I want to do further here. But before that, this by itself is already good, right? You have your raw table, and you're able to make more analysis just based out of this, right? Like out of nowhere, in just a few minutes, we're able to discover a new protocol by using the event logs table. And we just need to do a little bit of cleanup here, right? So for example, timestamp, this is in Unix, and so Snowflake has this cool function called toTimestamp, which can convert this to an actual timestamp. And then Oracle value here seems to have some decimal, because ETH is definitely not this amount. ETH is probably somewhere like here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it looks like it's 8 decimal places. Let's verify that with this as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it looks like it's all 8 decimal places. And so you just have to divide this by 10 to the power 8. And that should be right. Let's see. Yeah, that looks about right? USDT, this value, ETH, this value, BTC, 86,000. Yeah, everything looks good. So there you have it, right? Just by using event logs table, you can easily discover new things to analyze further. Obviously, you can read about the DIA oracle or whatever this oracle is. But yeah, hope this is helpful. Short video for this week, but I hope to see more of this analysis for new chains. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.